Welcome back to the Talking Web Marketing Podcast with myself, Ilana Wexler. This is a show where we reveal the best tips, tricks and tactics to increasing your website traffic and then converting that traffic into leads and sales. We also discuss what's working right now in the ever-changing world of web marketing so you can apply it to your business. Hi, Alana here from Green Arrow Digital, and today we're going to be talking about what's working right now in the world of Google Ads, what's working for our clients in our agency, and what's working for our coaching students in our membership. So we're going to be talking about the world of Google Ads, which is generally broken down into Google Search, Google Display Network, and YouTube. There is Google Shopping thrown in there, but that's kind of ads on Google Search, so I kind of lump them together in that respect. And as you know, change is the only constant in this industry, so it's super important to stay ahead of your competition by implementing the latest and greatest things that are rolled out by Google. So we have exposure to so many different accounts. We test so many different things. So we kind of know what works and we really know what does not work. That's what this episode is about kind of telling you what we find is working across the board. So you probably know that there's been a big shift in the Google sphere towards AI and machine learning, where Google is kind of really joining the dots in all the data they have on people and leaning on their algorithms to get in front of target audiences. So on the Google search side of things, what we're finding works really well is what's called target CPA bidding. So that's basically when you are handing over the controls to Google from a bidding point of view and saying to Google, hey Google, you decide how much you should pay or you can charge me when somebody is searching for my particular keyword. And here is what I'm willing to pay for a lead, hence the target CPA, which is target cost per acquisition. So if I'm a dentist, let's say my target CPA or how much I'm willing to pay for a customer is $50. I say to Google, my target CPA is $50, and its bids will change based on the type of people that are searching for whatever terms that I'm bidding on. And they'll bid more for people who they think are more likely to convert, and equally important, they'll bid less on the people who they think are not really likely to become a lead. So it's pretty cool if you think about it. And it makes your job as an advertiser obviously much easier because you don't have to start fiddling around with bids. You don't have to think, do I increase my bids? Do I decrease my bids? Google is handling all the bidding on their side. I would say before you switch over from manual bidding to target CPA bidding that you run what's called an experiment, whereby you're saying to Google, hey Google, a fraction of my budget to the target CPA bidding so we can split test it and you can compare the performance of your manual bidding versus your target CPA bidding, and you can see the difference in conversion rate. And if it's good, then you can switch over entirely to this target CPA bidding. So it's pretty cool. The second thing that's working really well in the world of Google search, what's called responsive search ads. And that is also leaning on Google's machine learning and AI capabilities, whereby you give Google a whole bunch of different headlines, a whole bunch of different descriptions, and Google will mix and match the various combinations together. So you actually give Google up to 15 different and possible headlines that they can use. In the ad, they use 3 headlines, so they will take 3 out of your possible 15 that you've given them, and they will take 2 out of the possible 4 descriptions that you give them and mix and match them until they find the best combination. So you can imagine of the infinite number of combinations and variations that can be possible with 15 headlines and 4 descriptions. So Google does all the heavy lifting in that respect as to which is the right one. And we are also getting really good results with that too. So those are our 2 tips for the Google Search Network. Try it in your account. Let's talk about the Google Display Network. So once again, Target CPA is also working well on the Google Display Network. Same principle. You tell Google how much you want to pay for a lead, and they handle all the bidding on that respect. So I don't need to explain it again. It's the same concept. It's just on display. And the Google Display Network also has their equivalent of the responsive search ads, which they call responsive display ads, where once again, you give Google a whole bunch of variations of headlines, descriptions, but because it's display, you can also give them a bunch of different images and logos and even a video URL, and it will mix and match all the variations there as well. And we are finding that responsive display ads are really good. The extra benefit with responsive display ads is also that Google will adjust the size, as in the dimensions of the banner, to fit the available ad unit. So back in, the old days, well, not the old days, you can still do it, but back when you used to manually do it, you used to have to upload all the different banner sizes. So, 300 by 250 and 728 by 90 and all the different banner size variations. You had to upload them manually to Google for all the available ad units, which was really quite time intensive for a graphic designer, and for many business owners it turned out to be quite expensive. Multiply that by all the different headlines and images you want to test, and suddenly you're looking at lots of ads and quite an expensive exercise. So this way, Google will do all the different sizes and all the different variations of images and headlines. And we are finding that they are also working really well. So there you have it, a couple of quick tips that are working well in the world of Google Ads in our agency. Give it a try and let me know what you think. Thanks for listening. You have been listening to the Talking Web Marketing podcast. For more information or resources on today's episode, head on over to talkingwebmarketing.com.